War. We call it that so we don't have to call it what it is. Killing human beings on a large scale. So we call it war. It's a much easier pill to swallow, given to us by leaders who need us to follow them down this path of human destruction. So they leave out all the details and all the instructions about the specifics of how this war machine functions, because the truth of the matter is that human lives do not matter when the opportunities arise to make money. And it might actually be funny to hear their lies if they weren't so substantially trying to hide just how much is made financially by the people in power with every hour that passes when our country is at war. Oh, excuse me. When our country is killing human beings on a large scale. We want our soldiers to come home, and not just their presence physically. We want them to come home mentally well and not visibly fractured by a hell they saw overseas in a war manufactured by people who profit from the loss of human life. And while a wife with 3 kids goes to sleep alone, not knowing when or even if her husband will come home, that husband, that father of 3 kids, is being organized and sent out on military missions that are being authorized by the very politicians who are making commissions on every bomb that is dropped and every shot that is fired. Who do you think is hired to build all the equipment? Who do you think is hired to handle all the shipments? What do you think happens to the company's stock when Halliburton makes over $40 billion from the war in Iraq? And it makes you wonder if going to war is such a burden when the vice president of this country used to be the CEO of Halliburton. And in Fallujah right now, we are working to rebuild a city in which we have killed countless individuals and destroyed 36,000 of their 50,000 homes. And 60 schools and 65 mosques. This is a people who have lost a place to pray, a place to learn, a place to live. And someday I may earn enough to give them some help, but the type of wealth it takes to help takes lifetimes to earn with the cards that I've been dealt. Because even 1 million wouldn't do. Or 2 or 3 or 4, no, you need more. So until then, keep the million, because in order to start rebuilding, what I really need is billions. But I want to help. So I better get to working, because making billions takes a lifetime, I am certain, unless you're Halliburton and we go to war. And even past the illusion, you'll only find confusion about who is abusing the system that prevents the rich from losing. And I don't know the solution. I hope there is one. All I know is that together we need to change this system that is putting a price on human life. What's the price that wife would pay for one more day with her husband just to hear him say, I love you? What's it worth to the little girl standing on the earth that covers the woman who gave birth to her and her brothers if she could have one more day with her mother just to hear her say, I love you? To remember what it feels like when your mother hugs you. And to all the lovers who will never be united, and all the families who have ever been divided, I am so sorry. And while I can never bring them back to you, I promise that I will forever do what I have to help create a world in which your loss is not someone else's gain, where people do not profit from someone else's pain. So until that day comes where we can all put down our guns, I will keep using my words as my weapons, and I will fire them into the sky one by one, and like birds they will fly until they have come down on their targets and blown a lesson into the minds and hearts of those who can start bringing us together instead of tearing us apart. And it starts with me and you. And from 2 we grow to 3. And from 3 we grow to 4, and more until the very floor beneath our feet shakes with the power of belief. Belief in what could be. Belief in what should be. Belief in what can be created from disorder when we follow only this one order: choose love. Choose love in every single moment of every single day. Morning, noon, and night, choose love even when it might not seem like the cool thing to do. When it's not easy, keep choosing love, because love is the deepest truth of you. And when you do, you can start to let your inner light shine so bright that others just might see the steps we need to take. And we can avoid what lies at the end of this path that we keep marching on. and on and on. With the blind leading the blind, we keep marching on and on, just following orders like right, left, right, left, right, left. They can try and tell us how to step until what's right gets left behind. But before we march on anymore, we have the power to rewind and remove the pain and suffering that hangs over mankind, and rewrite our future history with the power of our mind, and reset all of the programming that's left all of us blind to the simple truth that I want you really means you are mine. Uncle Sam has been getting rich off misery for long enough. And so while this may seem like my wildest dream, I truly believe that we can succeed in overcoming corporate greed, but first we need to take a stand. And while I will not raise my hand in violence, I cannot stand by in silence anymore. They say if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. So what do you stand for? I hope you'll stand over here with me. No more war.